Instantly, suspicion and elation clashed like swords in my mind. We had no time to rake over the facts. These watchmen could not be allowed to ride south and warn the legions of Italia. They had to die. The armoured figures by my side rose with me and surged ahead, each eager to show their valour. They spilled around the rightmost of the two watchtowers. With a crunch, one of my feather-helmed Cornuti legionaries booted open the timber door and rammed his spear into the chest of the dark-skinned scout, hurrying down the stairs to join his fleeing comrades. My soldier screamed in time with the dark-skinned one's death cry, driving him back inside and slamming him against the tower room's far wall. Of the three scouts fleeing towards the stables, a hurled javelin took one in the back of the neck. The second turned to attack us, running my Cornuti man through, then swinging his blade at me. I blocked his vicious strike, then cut deep into his shoulder with a swift downward swipe. He crumpled into the snow in a blossom of red, thrashing in pain, before I put an end to his suffering with a clean thrust to his neck. Yet the man had delayed us just enough. The last of the fleeing trio was now upon his mare. He G'd her into a panicked turn, kicking one of my approaching soldiers in the face, then breaking into a gallop. South, to his master's side. I twisted to my archer, who was taking aim already. "Don't let him escape!" I growled. The arrow spat forth, and my small party halted, panting, watching it fly. It fish-tailed and shivered, then slashed down, only scoring the man's thigh before plunging into the snow. The man sped on, chased by the driving blizzard, hugging the steed's neck, droplets of blood falling in his wake to taint the snow. "Bastard!" Tribunus Batius rumbled nearby, his bull-like form unmistakable in the driving blizzard. He had been by my side since I was a boy, though now he was showing his years, the stubble on his head and broad chin silver, like his armour, and his brutish features lined with age. The big man twisted to shout back whence we had come. "Equites! Cataphracti!" "No!" I shouted, as the Bora winds keened and the blizzard softened for a moment, revealing that the rider was already gone from sight. Our hidden approach was never going to see us all the way through this range. We have reached deep into the mountains unseen, done well to get this far. It would be folly to send our precious cavalry charging ahead. What if this weak watch was but a ruse? What if there is a trap further along this valley? Let us advance as one, carefully, while still making the most of our advantage before news reaches our enemy. "Aye, advance as one. Out of this valley and upon Segusium," said another voice with a confidence I envied. Crocus, the shaggy-haired leader of the Regii, chin-tied beard encrusted with frost and snow. He and his men had served my father before me, and he wore a mesh of battle scars on his arms and face like marks of honour. "The first city that must be taken," Batius agreed with a sideways glance at Crocus. Once his nemesis, but now more of a comrade and a drinking rival. These two, my most trusted generals and leaders of my strongest regiments, did not salt their words with doubt. A soldier brought me my horse, Celeritas. The dappled grey stallion was old for a war horse, but still strong, as loyal a companion to me as my trusted generals, and just as stubborn. "Signal back to the army," I said to the soldier as I took the reins. "Bring them forward. We will advance with caution." I climbed onto the saddle and patted my horse's war-scarred neck. I continued gazing south as an iron thunder rose behind me. 40,000 legionaries and riders cannot move without such a din, you see. I turned my head to watch their approach. I saw standards ancient and proud, bearing hawks, capricorns, leaping hounds and howling wolves. These were the legions of old, the Second Augusta, Father's 6th Victrix from Britannia, the Gemina, the Martia, the Primogenia. In days past, each of these regiments counted over 5,000 men in their ranks. Now they were smaller but hardier too, with 2,000 or 3,000 veterans in each. There was my inner core of newer legions too, my comitatus, raised from the tribes, once enemies of the Empire, but now undyingly loyal to me. Batius's Cornuti, Crocus's Regii, the Petulantes, the Ubii, and the Bructeri, led by Hisanis, once a rugged chieftain, yet now shaved and shorn and as Roman-looking as a man from the provinces.